Hey guys, we're at Body Balance of Boulder, and as we discussed when I did VO2 Max a couple weeks ago, my goal is to try and get my butt back in shape, right? Spent a lot of time in the business world, right? Trying to create this medical practice of Ikigai and create information that's helpful to you, helpful to our patients. But along the way, I haven't been as good at taking care of myself. So we're doing some testing, just like with VO2 Max. Now we're going to do some mobility and strength testing. Jason's going to lead us through that, so you'll see him some as well. And then hopefully for the next 6 months, I'm going to do a good job of taking care of my body and living the life that I'm encouraging you guys to live. Hopefully we see some improvement. Thanks.
All right, buddy, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to stand on one leg. We're going to do our Stork Test, right? Keep your eyes open. Stay in the present. Don't wander. 3, 2, 1. Keep your focus on your spot. Keep visualizing success, right? Visualize yourself standing on one foot for 2 minutes. Fixate on a point, not too far out. You're doing great. No, stay present. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice job, dude.
We did this a year or so ago when Jason and I were actually designing this protocol. I didn't make 2 minutes on either leg. This test is a little hard. Your balance could be better than your focus demonstrates, but nonetheless, critically important. You can be as strong as you want, which is critical. You can have great VO2 max, but if you don't work on your balance and you have a fall risk, especially as you age, then that can put you in a position to get injured. We don't have time in our lives to get injured, right? We don't have 6 months to be out because we have a fracture or something along those lines. So balance is key. I'm going to keep working on it. Maybe I'll be even more stable the next time we do it. Although stability and balance is critical, mobility is key too. This is an area where I really struggle. My ankles are not that flexible. My knees are not that flexible. My hips are not that flexible. So ideally, you can lie on the ground, sit up, and then stand up without using your hands. I can't do that, so we're going to start at a 6-inch platform. That enables me to get my feet back under center mass. The goal at 6 months will be to get off the ground without using my hands. So here we go. So I'm going to start seated so there's no momentum. We may end up needing another platform.
Widen your stance a little bit, Dave. Good. Rock forward. Draw your belly in. Come on, you got it.
All right, 8 inches. We'll get there.
Oh, piece of cake.
Jason and I were just talking about how over the past couple of years, I definitely, in some areas, have gotten weaker. And you can strength train all you want, but if you don't have the substrate, which is just what you eat, it's really hard to build muscle. And I get it. There's a lot of conversation about this, but at the end of the day, if you don't provide yourself with protein and amino acids to build muscle, it's really hard to do that. And there is a reality that in this country I'm not anti-carb, but we eat too much, right? There's carbs in bags and carbs in boxes and carbs everywhere. And this idea of not just adding protein, but it's really kind of what you're replacing so that you're not taking in too many calories. And so my goal in the next 6 months is to be a little bit more thoughtful about high quality protein intake and reducing carbs that just don't have a lot of benefit for me. So hopefully I can have some amino acids and get some old man guns back. So Jason, what are we doing next?
Just to reiterate on what you said, I think the other thing that's really important, I think the thing that you struggle with the most, and it's just it's what you are, it's who you do, or it's who you are and what you do, is routine and sleep. Right? Like we can ingest all the protein we want, we can do all the strength training we want, but if we're not sleeping, which is when all the repair and recovery happens, then we're not realizing our full potential, right? And I think that's been your major problem is just routine and sleep and trying to find that routine and trying to get sleep, and it's just due to your profession, right? So with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to do a dead hang, sort of a neutral grip chin, if you will. So instead of a traditional pull up, which is overhand grip, wide grip, we're going to just the way this bar is set up, and we're going to add a little bit more bicep in that motion. I think it's going to help you a little bit more. But dead hang, so all the way down, right? So as soon as that comes up, I want to see that nice arch so that you get that chest up towards the bar. In this circumstances, about chin over the bar or anything like that, I just want top of the range of motion, right? Okay. Max reps. Okay, shoulder blades, good. 1, nice and smooth and slow. 2, one more. Come on, biggin. Let's go, buddy. Come on. It's all you.
How many was that?
15.
All right.
Not bad for an old man.
I'll take it.
So we're just going to do AMRAP, right? As many reps as possible on this bench. But remember, keep your belly engaged, keep your feet planted, engage the glutes, right? And remember, like that it's that whip effect, right? So then that bar hits your chest, then you initiate the motion with the feet, you know, by just putting intention through, pushing the feet into the ground. Remember, as that bar comes down, those shoulder blades move away from your ears, right? And other than that, we're going to do lift off on 3, 1, and then I'll help you lift it.
Okay.
And then I'm right here. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Don't spend too much effort on the way down. Work most of the explosion. Go to 5, 4, you got one more in you. And 5. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Nice job, buddy. We got a good weight on here for your dead, 275. Slow and steady wins the race. I want you to brace, right? So maybe 5 with this, no problem, and maybe 315 for a single. Okay, tighten your belly, draw your spine, take a breath, and pull. Come on, 1. Good, touch and go, Dave. Well, I think you had 3 for sure, and I think, you know, it's just the circumstances presented 2, but I think you had 3, no problem. Probably 4.
As we think about this idea of strength, you know, we talk a lot about grip strength. Really, it's just a surrogate marker for overall body strength, because that's what really matters, is overall body strength. So we're going to move some different types of strength now, but that's pretty good. We'll see. So we're going to row 500 meters, 500 indoor meters, very dry. And so this is pretty much anaerobic type work, just all out. But you know, when we did VO2 max testing, that's your ability to use oxygen. We'll use some oxygen in this, but pretty quickly we'll move into anaerobic capacity. It was just part of physical capacity too, right? So just as part of trying to walk the walk, we preach doing intense exercise during the course of your week. So we're gonna do it now.
Just everything we just talked about, right? Fast transition times, full extension with the leg. What's gonna make the difference is the 2 things that matter on rowing to get good times are strong push and pull, right? So strong push away with the legs, strong pull with the lats, and fast transition times. Okay. So a lot of people sacrifice speed for strength and strength for speed, right? But you want both.
Okay, all right.
All right, so this is set on 500. It'll count its way down as soon as you start pulling. Good, lean back more pull, more strength. And you're slowing down. Come on, man, dig in. Let's go, come on, buddy, let's go. Go in the wrong direction, David, let's go, come on. Come on, you have 70 meters left, dude. All you gotta do is find the gear. Find a gear. Come on, David, don't stop. Boom, done, 153. Nice work. I know you're gonna hork up along. Nice job.
Okay, so I'm a little out of breath. We just finished the rowing. That was fun. Well, depends on how you define fun. So, you know, as we're going through this mobility and strength assessment, as we think about things from just lifting that are important for you to do on a regular basis, I think one of the key concepts is just thinking about things that are impactful to how you move through life. So compound movements, which means not a single joint, but more than one joint going through range of motion. So deadlift's a good example of that, because we're working at the level of the ankles, the knees, and the hips. It's a compound movement. Other lifts that I think are valuable are things like getting the kettlebells in clean position, and then doing a step up. So just have a box in front of you. Don't really want to go higher than 90 degrees unless you're really, really experienced. But that also gets your posterior chain, which are your hamstrings, involved. Those are fantastic. Lunges. And even though these all sound like lower body, upper body's involved to an extent, but your core is very much involved and should be involved and really has to be involved to go through compound movements appropriately. So those are some really good ones. And from an upper body standpoint, everybody loves to do bench press. There are a million different ways to do that. You can do landmine press. But honestly, working your posterior chain, so those muscles that tend to move things towards your body, call that flexion, are really important and often forgotten. We did pull-ups today, which is a great body weight exercise. You can do that at home. There are many simple versions of rows. The things that work on that posterior chain are really key.